Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to demonstrate some of the basic errors in modeling and how to check the errors and how to rectify those kind of errors when it happens. Okay, and what I'm showing right now is a frame model from one of the users from the Philippines, and he wanted me to check his model if there is any errors. Now, the first time I opened this model, I thought that there was really nothing wrong in it, and it's a perfect model because from the way it looks to me, the model seems perfect. But when I ran the frequency analysis and then view the first mode, I immediately concluded that there is an error because, as you can see here, some of the frame elements are moving independent of the others. What this means is that these moving elements are actually not connected to the whole framing system. So I'm going to explain here why this happened and what should have been done in the first place. Okay, now what happened was that the modeler had these columns and he wanted to create a beam connecting these two columns, and what he did was to create nodes that define his new beam and then connected these two nodes by an element. And it looks like we have created a connected elements, but actually it's not, because these two nodes are floating and is not connected to this column. What should have been done was, instead of creating a new node, these two elements should have been divided to create a new node and then connect the two nodes by an element or a beam. And in this way, this node is connected to this column or part of this column, and connecting this new element is actually connecting to the new or to the column. And this is one of the common mistakes when modeling, but this is not really a critical one because you can check this if it's really connected using the dynamic analysis. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate on what should have been done in the first place. Okay, so what I will do is to delete these floating elements. Okay, I will have to select these elements and then I will stop here, and then to delete these selected elements can be done in different ways. One is to click this button and then select delete frame elements. Yes, and you can see that the elements were deleted. Another way is to select these the elements that you need to delete, okay. I have to be careful not to delete other or not to select other elements as well. Now, after selecting the elements, instead of clicking this button, I can just right mouse click and then select these delete elements, and it's the same thing. Elements will be deleted. So you have two ways of deleting elements. Okay, now what I will do next is to subdivide this column, and then again you have two ways of subdividing an element. One is to click this button, subdivide elements into unequal segments, and then declare one of the length of the two segments. I will declare that this one of the length is 1.5 meters from the first node, and then okay. So now the elements are subdivided, and I can now connect the new nodes by a new element, and then right mouse click to finish, and then exit. Okay, and then another way of subdividing an element is to select the elements, okay, select the elements, select the elements. Now after selecting the elements, instead of clicking this button, I can just right mouse click and then select subdivide elements into unequal segments. And the same thing, I have to declare the length of one of the segments, click OK, and now the elements have been subdivided. What I will do next is to connect the new nodes to by the elements. Okay, click the nodes, click the elements, okay, next is this one. Exit. Now I'm done. So I will check if these new elements are actually connected to the new or to the whole framing system. So I will run the frequency analysis, check the mode shapes. Now you can see the new elements I created are connected to the columns, and in this way you can be sure that your model is correct. Okay, so I hope that this video gives you a lesson on how to create or how to subdivide elements and create new elements. Okay, so have fun.